another chance to be blessed and take the opportunities that we have in front of us to go for it. So happy and grateful to be a part of the community that lets me be aware of the things that are happening in our financial systems. And man, been watching crypto a little bit, and holy smokes, holy smokes, holy smokes. That's all I gotta say. So I talked to Manny yesterday for a little while and got me fired up about that. So I need to get plugged in on that crypto stuff a little bit more and start putting some money every paycheck every month towards that. And just start stacking a portfolio a little bit. Doesn't take much, $5, $10 a paycheck, whatever, $50, $100, whatever you want. I'm going to start with 20, 30, 40, something, whatever I can set aside, and just let's go. Next 10 years, 20 years, going to be sick.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, I got something a little special for everybody here. Saying, kind of piggybacking off of what Nathan said. So what I want to do today, guys, I want to show you guys how you're going to be able to leverage the Forex financial market to be able to build up your crypto wallets, right? See, one of the things that I preach is we don't need to go to work and we don't need to buy crypto. We can trade for crypto. And we can trade and get it faster than if we went to work to pay for it, right? You have to work 40 hours to earn a certain amount of income. Within those 40 hours, crypto has moved exponentially, right? So you got to find a different route where also you're not burning the leverage of your 40 hours. See, that 40 hours shouldn't be going in to get invested, right? That's your cash flow. We never want to get rid of our cash flow. We want to go find alternative cash flows to continue to build our wallet. So today, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to utilize the Crypto Academy as well as the Foreign Exchange Academy and build your crypto wallet and stop getting caught up in the race, right? So this is a beautiful thing. It's called withdrawals and deposit, right? So I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of what the deposit portion is, but today, guys, I'm going to be really putting a major emphasis on withdrawal and what we're going to be able to do with some of these withdrawals, because this is where you got to open your vision up and understand that $10 made in your trading account is potentially $50 in the crypto sitting, right? So when you're hesitant about taking money out of your account, just understand that you're choosing to work harder, because the money coming out of your broker account going straight to your crypto wallet, if you don't need the money, it's sitting in the crypto wallet. Last week, you'd be up over 300% right now, hands down, just letting the money sit, right? So I want you guys to understand, we're here to trade to build everything around us. We're not just here to trade to make money, to make money, to make money. It's build everything around us, right? So I'll be opening this presentation real quick. I'm going to kind of speed up the deposit, like I said, and I'm going to really emphasize on the withdrawal today. And I want to show you guys on how we're going to build up the craziest crypto portfolio without really putting in one penny of our work job, right? Now, if you guys sounds appealing, can I get a 777? If you want to own a $10,000 crypto portfolio without putting your own 10K in it, right? And leveraging maybe $100 to go get it, right? It's possible. So, all right. So as always, guys, right? As always, I always say, guys, we're here to make this, right? Here's $100. This is what we always talk about. This is what we say you're going to deposit when you get started with us here. No more than $100. If you deposit more than $100, you're on your own journey, because now you're saying that the guy with 5 years journey and knows less than me, I'm willing to do it my own, right? You don't need more than $100. When it clicks, here's $1,000. When it clicks, you can make this 1,000 every day or 2 days using this $100. And then if this clicks, sky's the limit from there. That means now you're ready to go live off the market and do the thing. But in the beginning, we're going to put this away, right? We're going to put this away. We're not going to do anything with those, and we're going to be right here, right? The place that most people hate is the change, right? The change, guys, right? And I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to put the quarters away. Look, we're going to put, and you guys can see through this journey, I've discovered there's a lot more than just nickels, pennies, and quarters. Look, I've discovered, right? I'm through this journey of money. I found a 1988 half a dollar coin that I found through the way, right? I have a little bit over a 1940 $1 gold coin, right? I have a Queen Elizabeth $1 that most people don't have. So guys, I found myself collecting these things now, right? But we're gonna put all of these away, right? Because these are too much money, just so you understand. The dollars and all that is too much money. We're gonna come right here, right? And look, I got my little penny jar, all right? All right, and even all of this is too much money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take out 1, 2, and 3. Or I'm gonna take out the rest of this is too much money, right? Too much money. Right, guys? And guys, I say too much money humbly for all my new people here, right? Too much money means it's too early to try to go after that, right? See, allow the knowledge that you're going to gain to really allow you to start lifting how much you make. See, some of the worst things that can happen is you go put a lot size that you're not familiar or really know about. The worst thing that can happen, you actually made money. From this point on, you don't listen to anybody because now you think you know everything there is about trading, and it's all about putting a $1 position on a $100 account, right? Well, every day ain't peachy, just so everybody understand, all right? Not every day is Christmas, all right? When the day Christmas doesn't come, just understand it's going to eat your account up, and we can avoid all of that because that's not the objective here, right? So everybody go ahead and let me know if you can see my screen real quick. You can see my screen, let me know, right? Type it in the chat, 111s, give me a 7s, right? Let me know. All right, perfect. So guys, we're gonna go back to the basics real quick with withdrawals and deposits. I want you guys to understand this is what trading is about. Everything we're gonna learn from this point on is to really how to deposit out of more and withdraw more, or deposit less and withdraw more. You guys hear withdraw more is in the end of each sentence, right? You're never gonna get rich without the withdraw, right? Some of us are master depositors. We could also be master withdrawers, but we are more, withdraw hurts more than it hurts to deposit. See, when you clear that trade and you start second guessing yourself about taking the money out and you start thinking about all the other trades you're winning, the market really beat you, right? When you clear that trade and when you're supposed to pull the money out right now, you start creating other alternative things on why you're not going to pull the money out. Or I'm a little busy right now. I'm this. You went to work and didn't pay yourself. That's really what I heard. And then what happens is later comes, you're not going to pay yourself. You're going to see a setup and you're going to say, ooh, let me get in that setup first and then I'm going to pay myself. That's the setup that's going to end your account, right? Or set you back to square one, where if you just took the withdrawal, I'm going to show you what to do it. And hopefully today I can entice some of you guys to pull this money out even more and more. All right. So first thing we want to do is we got to discover our edge. Look, we have an amazing G4 Academy. We have amazing scanners here. We have amazing education. We have amazing educators, right? And we have amazing tools, right? Now, what you have to do from this point on is you got to learn how to become a pro by leveraging the one thing on the screen that's going to turn you into a pro. And that's what we call back testing, right? If none of this makes sense, it's okay, excuse me. Go back to your academy. Every answer you will ever need here is not with Omar, Manny, Tyler, or the person who sponsored you here. It's in the academy right here, right? Every time you need more clarification in trading, guess what? You don't need Omar, you don't need Manny, Tyler, you don't need anybody in the academy. You need your GFU Live education so that you can go ask the actual educators, right? And anytime you need to hone yourself in and get better, guess what? You need to go back test and understand yourself. Essentials of trading, nice and easy. Discovering your edge and learning about when to click the button and how to click the button and becoming a professional about it, right? So guys, a bank deposit, right, consists of money placed into a banking institution for safekeeping. These deposits are made on deposit accounts such as savings accounts, checking accounts, money market accounts, and financial institutions, right? Guys, when you're going to deposit money into crypto and invest in crypto, that's a deposit you're making, right? When you go to the bank, you're depositing. When your biweekly paycheck comes, that's a deposit, right? When you work, if you DoorDash, Uber, everything, every time you literally get paid from the customer, that's a deposit, all right? There's hundreds of different ways of deposit. Now, your job is to understand, how can I learn how to make my deposits work for me, right? Because a lot of us are only used to putting money in a savings account. Look, you put this 100 in a savings account, you put it away, you get nothing out of it until you spend something, right? In the back end, the bank is doing the work with your money. So, guys, when you depositing money to anything, you have to ask yourself, what can I get back from this money? Because you see, money is a commodity, right? Money is an asset that we can sell to each other. The banks are being sold by the government, and everyone's getting a piece of this thing, right? And the interest rate out of it. What is your interest rate? Don't just deposit money. When we deposit it into our broker account, is the first time that you have zero interest rate, but you have the leverage here to be able to grow this money faster than if you put it into your savings account. All right. So what else can you deposit? This is your job. You need to go find these things out. Cryptocurrency, right? You can deposit cash. You can deposit different kinds of money, right? The same way you can deposit it, same way you can get them out, right, guys? You can pay yourself the same exact way. Digital assets. How can you get more money? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. And I'm going to show you guys how we can leverage the crypto market to go get more money, right? So that you have more money to trade. All right. So what do we want to start with? What can I afford to lose? That's the first thing, guys. $100. I don't recommend anybody go past $100 unless you're coming in here with 5-10 years of experience and getting ready. And if you're coming in here 5-10 years, you don't need to play around with $100, right? If you're brand new, I want you to know that you don't need to make $100 every time you put a trade in. If you're brand new here, less than 2-3 months, and you're trading and you're making all this money, right? You don't need to do that. And the sad part is, you might not even be able to tell me what a support and resistance is, but you can tell me you made a couple $100, right? The problem with that is you're not valuing what you're making. Hence why when you're not posting about the trades you won, you're being sad about the trades you lost on your own, right? But what can you afford to lose? Because once you put it in, bye-bye, right? You're going to create a bi-weekly plan, guys, on how you're going to be depositing, right? It's not a one-time deposit and then I never deposit again. No, in the beginning, that's not how it works. See, a year, 2, 3 years from today, when you really get good where you can flip this 1,000, this 100 to 1,000, then you can use the 100, or you can do 2,000 and flip it to 10K and then take the money out, right? In the beginning, it's a plan on how you can add more money to your account. You're going to need more money, right? You're going to need more leverage in your account, right? The more money you have, the better your trade possibly can be, or literally the better your account is to hold negative trades. If you're that person, you're afraid of your stop loss, guess what? There's one way to get rid of your fear of a stop loss, is pack your account to handle every trade that you're going to take, where no matter what happens, it can't kill your account, right? It's learning risk management, right? Guys, tuition, the money you lose here is tuition to build your habits. See, the first 100, if you allow it, it's going to build your habits. Before you lose this 100, if you do, you're going to learn a little bit about yourself. You're going to learn how greedy you are. You're going to have seen this 100 flip to maybe like $200-300 in the process. And then after all said and done, you blow it, right? You're going to get to know it. This 100 is not meant to get you rich. It might pay some bills. It's not going to get you rich. This is knowledge. Once you blow this 100, guess what? You can go back to the drawing board and you can back test and say, what did I do wrong? Because when I put my next 100, I'm going to make sure I don't do those, right? That's the beauty of the market, guys. The market, we get to self-analyze every day and course correct, right? That's the beauty of it, right? Becoming a pro means learning about your broker, understanding all of the terms and conditions your broker does, and knowing all the little fine prints, right? Guys, just because Omar, Manny, and Tyler told you to sign up with this broker doesn't mean that that's the best broker for you, right? I get paid $0 for you using any broker, but you have to go do your own research, right? because if something happens, you need to be prepared. Every state is different, right? So you need to know the laws for your state if you're not in the state of New York, so that you're prepared if any change happens and you happen to have a lot of money already built up trading, right? The last thing you need is to worry about stuff like that, right? So guys, look, how much you can make is determined by your lot size. How much you can put into a trade is determined by your lot size. And how much you can withdraw is determined by your lot size. So that should tell you guys how important lot size is, right? Now, your lot size is dependent on how much money you have in your bank account. Have in your broker account. It's your deposit, right? So the larger your deposit, the bigger the leverage you can use. The smaller deposit, the smaller the thing. Now, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I see a lot of people on the team right now over leveraging crazy, over leveraging. Look, it don't hurt me when you blow your account, right? When you have $100 account, you take a 0.1. Guess what? You said to yourself that the money was more important than the knowledge or actually being right. Because the key is, if you're gonna be here 5 years from today, 1 year from today, then one trade is not going to be the difference. You don't have to set it all on one trade. Guess what? If you did a year from today and you cleared 100 trades, because over 100 will be given, then you can work your way to take that 0.1, right? When you take that 0.1 at $100 account, which you shouldn't be even anywhere near it, just so everybody understand, you should be at about $1,000 account before you start executing 0.1s. But let's just say the money is more important to you. Just be prepared to understand what you just did, right? And then when that goes against you, I need you to look in the mirror and say, my appetite for more is high, which means is I need to deposit more money in my account. See, you trust yourself at $100 account. I don't trust yourself. I maybe trust you with more a $5,000 account. Realistically, if you're gonna go take a 0.1, right? The crazy part is, if you put $5,000 in an account, I can't even trust you to take a 0.1 at that point. You might go take a 2.5 or 3 and blow the account. Why? Because the bad habits you built at 100 is the same bad habits that's going to carry, right? And it sounds terrible, guys, but it's bad habits. I'm sorry, right? You're never going to win if I'm not honest with you, right? Bad habits. I don't care who you are, how long you've been trading. If you don't respect risk to reward, you ain't going to be here long, right? You have a $400 account, you taking 0.5s, 0.6s, you ain't going to be here long, right? Today you are right. Congratulations. Probability says I'll give you a few more weeks, right? So here's examples, guys, just so you understand. Here's some examples. And I want you guys to see this right here, just right here. This is 150 pips. But right here is where the original entry started. You guys can see we have to go 1 trade, loss, 2 trade, loss, and the third one won, right? So from 25.11 to 25 all the way down to 25.04. Look, if you over leverage your account, that right here, this move was enough to blow your account before you missed the blessing, right? See, look, the $100 was more important to you than literally making $75 and surviving your account, or making 50 and saying, let me think about the long run, right? Guys, we don't need to go to Holy Grail. If you want a Holy Grail, look, here's a position I waited 3.5 months for, and I rolled this down for 2 weeks, right? Stressed me out. But this is a week trade that I have to put in at least for another 2 months, right? I made over 20K in this trade right here, right? If you want to wait that long, guess what? Let's go do that. But to be able to just take a trade and start finessing because you think that you want to make more money because you see somebody doing it or this, you're getting ready to blow your account. You might not be here that long, all right? So the success stories is here, guys. You don't need to chase it. I promise you, don't worry about it. If you want to make more money, look, let's go find out how to make more money. You could be student number 1, 2, or 3. Ask yourself, why do you want to stay at student number 1 where you're watching other people become student number 2, or you're watching other people become student number 3, right? See, me, Tyler, Manny, and Mario, we're not special to say we're here. We're not. All we did is we just opened our mouth more than everybody else. The difference of us guys, us and you, is By the end of the year, this year, I'm going to have 10K in my broker account, whether I like it or not. The company's going to pay me, right? Student number 2 who went 2 and 3, they're going to have 3,000. Student number 1 is going to have about $700. See, based off the money that's in your account, that's your palate, your taste is right there. See, as student number 1, you're going to finesse things. You're going to do things you don't even want to do realistically. You're, instead of making $50 per trade and being humble about it with your 50 pips, you're going to want to be student number 2 and go over leverage yourself, where you're not understanding that student number 2 can afford to lose 500 without it messing with him or his psyche. Why? Because he literally has $500 almost coming every single week, right? And student number 3, guys, look, you have about almost 600 to $1,000 coming. You're not worried about losing $500. You're not going to panic, right? So ask yourself, guys, how do I graduate from student 1, 2, or 3? And what can I do? And what can I do with the person who brought me in here to help me move through these, right? And if you're that person, oh, well, I don't really want to share, that's fine. Just be okay with that your journey might take a little bit longer than everybody else. Or go get a part-time job and work your way to trying to deposit at least 10K in your account. If you can get to 10K, trading gets a little bit easier if you learn the behaviors of the lot size. If you don't, it's just 10K wasted, okay? But 10K, guys, can make you anywhere between 3 to 5K a day if you take the right trade with a $10,000 account. So ask yourself is, how do I make more money with GFU? And how do I grow this thing? Because my friends and my family is also looking for ways to make more money. Let me leverage this platform and let me network out to them and see if they want to come learn with me. Not for me to go teach them. Guys, I'm not teaching anybody on this call right here, right? I'm just literally regurgitating what the Academy has taught me about leverage and lot size. And I'm re-emphasizing to my friends and family in my study group to say, this is what we all must do if we want to get to the other side. All right, guys, if you want to get to this side where you can pump money constantly, and if you're that person like, yo, I don't like my job, you can walk away. If you love your job, that's added on, right? You can go start your own business. You can do things with this money outside of just trading it, all right? It's very important. So the next part, guys, we're going to talk about is the withdrawal, all right? This is the most important part about trading is the withdrawal. This is where you get to pay yourself. 95% of people will never pay themselves in the financial market, right? A withdrawal involves removing funds from a bank account, savings plan, pension, and trust. In some case, conditions must be met to withdraw without a penalty. A penalty for an early withdrawal usually arises when a clause in an investment contract is broken. Sounds like the 401k. If you break your 401k early, you get billed. If you're not 65 years old, you got to pay your taxes, and Uncle Sam is going to get counted as income. They're going to try to destroy you, right? They're going to try to destroy you. But you could be like me and get smart and cash it out and put it all on crypto, right? But guys, I'm going to show you guys on how to not cash your 401k, right? And still be able to gain the same amount of crypto today, all right? Utilizing the withdrawal, all right, guys? I want you guys to understand, utilizing the withdrawal. So how are you going to be extracting money here? So the question would be, how are you going to be creating a crypto plan, a crypto account? Now, I'm going to show you how to do this, right? You got to do it consistently, gradual growth. Are you going to use the money to grow the crypto account? You're going to use it to pay bills. You're going to use it for donation. You're going to use it for lifestyle, traveling, right? You're going to add a stream of income. You got to decide what this trading is going to be for you first, right? And then you create a plan around it, whether it's a daily, weekly, or monthly. How are you going to be rewarding yourself here? When I first got started, guys, I paid myself daily, right? Then I switched. Now I'm at weekly. Usually every Thursday, I'm get my withdrawal, right? I haven't got to a point. I'm on a monthly. Guess what? When you get to a point where I'm doing 40, 50,000 withdrawals at one time, then yes, I'll probably do a monthly withdrawal one time, easy. Take care of right there, right? But you got to ask yourself how you're going to do this, right? And then, guys, part of withdrawing is you have to test your broker. Do they pay you? Is there any issues? How will you get paid? How long does it take? How much is too much, right? Reach out to your broker. Figure out if you can get an account, money manager that's going to handle your account. If you plan and expect to literally build this account and grow it, talk to them, communicate with them, let them know you're not a robot So if anything goes wrong, they will know that you're not a scammer, right? There's this industry, guys, there's too much scamming going on in this industry. So you want to make sure you're communicating, because if these guys are going to house you $1 million, how are you communicating with them? Or are you just going to treat them like the bank where you just never talk to them, right? We don't want to do that here. We want to stay locked in with them, all right? So guys, take a look. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, and I want to come to this screen. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Boom. All right. So guys, look, I'm gonna show you guys how to leverage this thing and get yourself some crypto without having to worry about crypto. All right. Boom. Oh, guys, I caught this. This is the one I called out earlier today. Caught this, boom. Yesterday, we caught this one as well. Sweet. All right. So guys, look, let's just go to XRP for a second. Stop right here. XRP. All right. XRP just hit $3.66. Sheesh. Let's go. But I want you guys, here's how you can earn XRP. All right. If you're thinking about buying XRP, look where XRP is on a $1. It's outside of the Bollinger Band and is literally getting ready to take that push. So guys, be careful buying XRP, because we might see a nice retracement out of this thing. And guess what? From the look of this thing, we might see it come all the way back to that $1.80 to that range, right? So don't get fooled. All of this, right? All of this, we might see a retracement right back. And if it's truly going to continue, it will fizzle, boom, and then take off. But outside of that, right? Outside of that, look, guys. All right. All right, you deposited. I'm just going to show you guys. All right, $100. Can everybody see the 100? Everybody see the 100? All right, $100 deposit. All right, $100. $100. All right, $100. All right, $100. So I want you guys to see this, right? 100. I'm gonna measure this real quick. Let's just say $100. You're trading today, and let's go into our. Let me go into the actual. Let's go live. We're gonna talk about live, so I can show some folks in here, because I see some folks. I'm like, damn, only man. All right. So look. So let's go to our success story, and if you want to see how, let's go to our success story. Let's go to our success story. XRP, as you guys can see, everything is getting posted in here, right? And the crazy part is, guys, look, if you're like someone like, man, I don't really know what to do, look, I just need you to pay attention to what's going on, all right? Guys, this was yesterday. I just want you guys to see this. A couple of days ago, I literally went in here, and look, I posted XRP at $3. I posted Litecoin at literally 97 cents. And I wrote, what a time to be alive, right? I think sometimes, we just kind of watch and we hope for things, right? And guys, look, I'm doing 3K days. My money is making me so much money, so much more than I can actually trade for it, faster than I can trade for it. So I want you guys to understand that you want to do this, right? You don't want to not do this. This is very important. So let's go here. So here is Manny, right? Manny bought some XRP. Shout out to Manny. I'm going to show him in a second. I'm going to add him in there. So look right here, right here. My man Andrew, yesterday at 2:44, had an account, right? He had $711 in profits, right? He's probably already smacked his TP, right? Now, Andrew, I understand sometimes we don't want to withdraw. We're like, you know what? I'm going to grow that money faster. Look, let's say Andrew decided to follow the plan and say, I'm a professional trader, not just an account grower, and I'm going to take my $700, right? Because look, guys, just so you understand, look, all right, I'm going to do the little circle here. He literally went and took a $563, right? $563, and he turned that into $711. He doubled his account, right? It's two choices you have from this point. You continue to trade and you go through the ups and the downs, or you can get smart and say, okay, well, I have a $711 that it more than richer than I was before. So guess what? Let me get smart. Guys, look, I took a $700 withdrawal. Let's just start right here. Right? Let me get rid of this. I'm going to go take $700 withdrawal. So everybody understand, right? The next time you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to take it. You took a $700 withdrawal. $700 withdrawal. Right? Withdrawal. It came in BTC. Right? BTC. Right? Guys, yesterday, let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to 1 day. Right? So let's go right here. Let's go. This was yesterday. All right. So look, yesterday, price of Bitcoin was right here at 117. Right? Guys, look, your $700, just so everybody understand, just because you pulled it out and you literally put it in a good spot, right? I'm gonna go right back to the XRP. Right? He put it in Bitcoin because that's where it started. Your money grew 3.36% in 1 day. You woke up, your money was more than what it was. You actually now own $700 value of Bitcoin instantly, utilizing your trading. You didn't have to go buy Bitcoin. All right, guys? I want you guys to understand that. So now let's say hypothetically, we took that same Bitcoin. If you go into your academy, you're going to learn on how to literally exchange this Bitcoin for all the other coins, right? Manny is an example, guys. I literally sent Manny $1,500 for him to wash it out for me and send it back to me in USDT. I took the USDT, converted it to Doge at 14 cents. And now, guys, I'm getting ready to double my $1,500 to 3,000 because if we hit 30 cents, I've doubled my money in literally less than a week and a half, right? So if he took his $700, knowing what we're learning about in the academy, we're in our classes, guys, he took the 700 profits that he earned, he put it in XRP, right? He put it in XRP. Let's say it was yesterday, right here, right? And look, today, guys, his 700 grew 20.29%, right? So I want to see what these numbers look like, right? 20, so 700 times 0.2029. So guys, your 700 made you $142 in 1 day. In 1 day. You can pull that profit out if you wanted to, just like you do in a withdrawal, right? And you can buy something else with it. You can put it on another crypto, right? I'm going to show you guys another person, right? I know we don't think like this, guys, but this is how Omar thinks. Every day. Look, here's another trade. 509. That's the same trade he's holding, right? He's holding the same trade. So look, he's swing trading, guys, right? He's swing trading, right? Look, here's an example right here yesterday, right? 103. We took that profit, and guess what we did with it? Went straight to Bitcoin, right? Straight to USDC, right? Look, let's go someone else. Let me see. All right, let me see who else got some profits in here. I see some profits. Hold on. That's me. All right, oh, guys, look at this. Look, I just want you guys to see this. Here's Doge at 20 cents. We're at 22 cents. Solana is over 175 right now, right? Litecoin is over $102, right? XRP at $3. Guys, the sauce is here. I just guys want you to know that, right? Look, let's go right here. My girl Tran. Let's go to Tran. This is a great example. Tran. Look, guys, Tran has a $248 account, right? Love you, Tran. This is an over leveraged trade automatically. I love you to death. But look, congratulations. You over leveraged and you made the right decision. Two things you could do right now. You can think that you got it and you can do this every time, or you can take this 178 and say, God bless me with it. Let me go do something that it's actually might not blow my account if I make the wrong decision, right? So guess what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to go back to my crypto chart. And guys, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go buy, I'm going to transfer it to Bitcoin instantly. That $100 and something become $100 and some in Bitcoin instantly for the first time you own Bitcoin. Not, you guys, not just to buy it to try to transfer it to your account in cash. That's a cop-out way, right? It's to transfer it when you're prepared and saying, I'm transferring this to build my wallet up. Why would you go to work to literally make $300-400 to buy $300-400 worth of Bitcoin, where yesterday you made $170? Why don't you withdraw that and put it in crypto? Supposed to thinking, let me grow that to another $200, right, guys? And look, if you knew back in what, June, right? Look, this is back in June, right? If you knew when to buy, right? Hypothetically, you got in right here, guys. Look, hypothetically, you made a withdrawal, right? You made this hypothetically, he made this $700 withdrawal. Guys, look, his $700 is up 85%. He's close to a $1,400 crypto wallet instantly, just because of when he made the decision. So guys, when you guys are trading, I want you guys to understand that it's not about making these astronomical dollars, right? It's not, right? I just need you to come in here, right here. Look, $127. Guess what? Let's go into the crypto market real quick, right? If you want to look, $127, right? We can come right here, take $127, divide that by $3, divided by $3.63. And look, my man Manny could be purchasing about 35 Litecoins, right? 35 Litecoins. I mean, not Litecoins, XRP coins, right? You can say, I'm going to go to work and earn and put it on XRP, but guys, it hurts too much. You won't do that. You're not getting paid today. Most of your money is accounted for. Most of everybody's money is accounted for, right? When you start paying bills, you have nothing left over. You have only what's to eat and do a couple of things, right? Why you, that same person, why would you clear $100 and not use that to literally leverage it, right? Leverage, guys, leverage it, leverage it. All right, same thing. Look, you can come in here, guys, and you can literally do the same thing that's happening with your chart with gold. You can do your support and resistance, right? You can come in here and say, okay, look, where do I want to get in? What's the best price of time to get in? Look, guys, we lived through this, right? Shout out to Tyler, who's always been, we lived through this, guys. Look, $40, we lived through it. It came back and retested for us. We lived through it, right? It looked like it wants to come back and retest this 131 zone. And then we're going to go back and retest this and then retest this. Guys, look, I want you guys to see that. If you're thinking crypto is too late for you, look, this is 131, right? Look, from 131, we're going to go all the way to 260, right? Look, this is 100% of your money, right? And then if we hit all-time high, again, look where all-time high is, right? Close to $400. Guys, look, you're in the 400. That's another 100%, right? It's not too late. The key is, though, is can we get those little $10 trades you clearing, little $10 trades? Can we move that here? See, $10 here, and this same push-up, guys, your $10 now is worth about $34, 240%, $34, right? Now imagine if you followed the Masters Club and you did this $5, and you made this $10 enough, every week you withdrew. What if, guys, every week, instead of doing this, packing your accounts and seeing trades go up and down, right? What if every time you got paid $17, right? Every time we got paid, right? Every time we got paid, we paid ourselves first. Take a look, $7. $7 can buy you 2 2 XRP coins, right? At Doge, it can buy you multiple, like 10 to 20 Doge coins, right? Which would be worth a lot more than today, right? And I can sit here, right? My man is working out while his trade is making him money, right? He's making crypto, if we want to get technical with it, while he's making money. All right. I got a nice 2.5 position that didn't make it all the way down to TP. I promise you guys, but I was able to close out at $500 in profit out of this, right? It went down to a little over 800 and change, and then retract back 500, took me out. But guys, instantly right there, I made $500 in crypto, right? I was able to withdraw that, and I'll put it right in my crypto wallet, my USDC, right? And for everybody, I'm gonna drop this in the chat real quick. I want you guys to see this, right? A lot of us, most people don't do this, but if you, right, take a look. Let's go here, right? If you make enough withdrawals, guys, if you make enough withdrawals, you deposit in certain coins, they pay you dividends. Look, today I got my $1.16 dividend for the month. That's more than what the bank would pay me with 100 grand almost in the account, right? I get paid dividends every single month. So why would I want to make my withdrawals? Because I want to pack that account as large as I can. Because my broker account gets no dividends, gets no interest, gets nothing unless I make the right decision. My crypto wallets, the economy gets to dictate how that wallet goes. And the economy that we're in right now is crypto friendly. All right, guys, the government is getting ready to make the biggest decision of crypto ever. And we're looking, our president is talking about having crypto, us being the superpower for crypto. Just understand, guys, that means that Litecoin today that I'm showing you guys, and if you can't see vision, then investing was going to be hard for you. Litecoin is at 104. It potentially could be the next XRP or the next Bitcoin, right? XRP is at $3, guys. XRP is at $3.50, 59 cents. Sheesh, it went up since the time we were just here, right? Look, this coin could be the next $100,000 coin, right? Currently, right now, guys, I own about 25,000 XRP coins that I bought probably like 5 years ago, off grid and everything. Guess what? I expect those to make me my first $1 billion. If crypto hits, and if it hits anything like Bitcoin, I will be one of the wealthiest people on this planet. If I'm holding that, and along the way, I don't let nothing derail me from holding it to the end, right? If something happens to me, guys, guess what? My children are set forever. They have all their wallets and everything, right? So, guys, I want you guys to see this. So I'm going to come to Bitcoin real quick. All right, look what's happening. Here's Bitcoin. Guys, here's my early adapters. All the people who got wealthy, it's right here. Stupid wealthy, right here. These are my early adopters. I want you guys to see it, because this is what life's about. It's about who jumps on board first and then who watches and things. Look, these people got wealthy. These people right here got rich, right? And guess what? If you held it, you lost all your riches and it came back. And guess what? You didn't get punished. If you were part of the first beginners, you didn't sweat a tear because it never came back. You were always in profit. You just watched hundreds of thousands of dollars become just a few dollars, right? And look what happened, guys, right? Look at this pump after the second wave of people that got wealthy right here, right? First wave, second wave. I want you guys to know, back in 2016, if you would have invested $1 in Bitcoin, it would have made you like a multi-gazillionaire. $1, right? Look, we go to 2019, 20, right? Prices around 7,000. So that means if you would have bought Bitcoin at $7,000, your Bitcoin today would be worth over 120,000, right? Guys, look, 2021, look, we were all part of this pump. Give me some 777s. If you were here in 2021 When this pump happened, give me some 7-7, right? It was pandemic time. Everybody was home. Everybody was throwing money in this thing. Everybody was trying to get rich. Look what it did, guys. It literally took off, right? The whole world was tapping into this thing. And guess what happened? The people here and the people here, right? Because they're the one who can control price right now, right? It pushed up. Guess what happened, guys? The market started selling. People started getting wealthy, right? Wealthy. These guys got wealthy. Look, your $1 here, right? Here, 64,000, you're worth millions of dollars. Why would you not take your profits? And look, guys, they pushed Bitcoin all the way down, all the way down. If you guys, I'm dropping the video tomorrow. I have a video live when this drop right here took place, when I was like, wow, 16,500, right? I'm sorry, not video, right around right here, right? When this part right here took 16,000 is when I was telling everybody to buy. I literally was telling everybody, go buy it right now, right? It's never going to be here again. Look, guys, what happened, right? So from this point on, just so you know, we're up 600%. That means if you put $100 in, your 100 is over 700%. If you put 1,000, you're over 1,000. If you put 10,000, let's go through the numbers, right, guys? And I want you guys to understand, look where Bitcoin is at. We have already surpassed the highest point. So what I'm telling you guys right now, everybody needs to be withdrawing in Bitcoin, moving around to different coins. It's free. It's 100% free to move your Bitcoin that you just get from your broker account to your wallet. You can transfer to any coin for free, no charge, right, on your broker. So there's no reason why anybody here, guys, is buying crypto. Just someone should know it. There's no reason why anybody here is buying crypto. All you need to do is leverage the things that we have. The next time you clear $20, withdraw that, put it in your wallet. You didn't lose it. It's in your wallet, right? The next time you clear $100, take 50 out, put in your wallet, take the other 50, put it in your bank account, right? The next time you get like a $500 clear, 250 go to crypto, 250 go to that. And if you're afraid to lose it, then you're not ready for this game, right, guys? Because in 2021, I literally saw $1 million portfolio turn into like $100 and some $1,000, right? I literally saw it. But guess what I did? I went and I bought more. All the withdrawals that I made, because I didn't know anything about crypto, I just watched. I was withdrawing my deposit withdrawals around 68,000 of last year. 68,000. This thing is crashing. I don't know what's happening. I'm like, what the hell is happening? So I want you guys to know that you're gonna be better prepared, because the things that happened to us in the beginning won't happen to you, right? And the only way that you're gonna make it through this, guys, if you invest, right? See, there's people that's been here since that 2020, guys, who still haven't bought Bitcoin. They haven't bought XRP. They haven't done any of that. They've been listening to me for 5 years. They still didn't take action, right? Because the fear of losing that $10, $20 is greater than seeing it turn into $100, right? But for everybody on here, if you're here to invest and you learn how to trade, it's time to put the fear away, and it's time to bring that oomph out. Because right now, the biggest wealth transformation is happening. And if you'd rather spend your money with Starbucks than put it to go build yourself, then you got to ask yourself, the programming is that deep. You got to get out of it. All right, guys? Happy Thursday, guys. Happy withdrawal and deposit Thursday. We have a presentation in about 5-6 minutes. I'm going to close it, reopen up. If you have a guest, jump on it. If you don't have a guest, jump on it, right? Just because you don't need the prez need you. All right, familia. Appreciate you guys. Happy Thursday. Happy withdrawal Thursdays. I want to see those withdrawals. I want to see those crypto conversions. Let's go.